The church bells tolled like a death knell as I stood at the altar, my white dress suffocating me under the weight of expectations. In that frozen moment with 200 eyes boring into us, Emily, my best friend, my maid of honor, leaned in and kissed me, not on the cheek but full on the lips, a desperate, searing confession that shattered the illusion of my wedding day. Gasps erupted like gunfire, and my fiancé Mark staggered back as if punched, his face twisting from joy to betrayal, while my mother's scream pierced the air, unraveling the carefully woven tapestry of my life in an instant. I pulled away, my heart pounding like a trapped animal, tasting the salt of her tears mixed with mine. "What have you done?" I whispered, but Emily's eyes, those stormy gray pools I'd known since college, held no regret. Only a raw, unfiltered truth that had been festering between us for years. The congregation erupted into chaos. Whispers turned to shouts, phones flashed like paparazzi strobes, capturing the scandal that would haunt me forever. Mark grabbed my arm, his voice a low growl. "Is this some kind of joke, Sarah? Tell me it's a joke." But I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe, as the reality crashed over me. Emily had just outed us both, forcing me to confront the love I'd buried deep under layers of denial and duty. Inside, my mind screamed in turmoil. How could she do this? We'd agreed, sworn, to keep it hidden, to let me marry Mark and live the life my family demanded. The perfect daughter, the straight-A student turned corporate lawyer, engaged to the son of my father's business partner. It was all mapped out. The house in the suburbs, the kids, the Sunday barbecues. But Emily, with her artist soul and rebellious streak, had always chafed against those chains. "You're killing yourself, Sarah," she'd whispered to me last night in the bridal suite, her hand brushing mine in a way that sent forbidden sparks through my veins. I'd pushed her away, terrified of the fire she ignited, but now that fire had consumed everything. Was this liberation or destruction? My thoughts raced. Mom's face, pale as a ghost, clutching her pearls like a lifeline. Dad's stern jaw set in disappointment I'd seen only once before, when I chose art history as a minor instead of finance. They raised me in this conservative enclave of upstate New York, where being different meant being damned. As the priest stammered useless platitudes, Emily grabbed my hand, pulling me toward the side door. "We have to go," she urged, her voice trembling but resolute. Mark lunged forward, but my brother held him back, confusion etched on his face. "Sarah, wait," Mark called, but I was already running, the train of my dress tearing on the stone steps, Emily's grip the only anchor in the storm. We burst into the parking lot, the summer sun mocking our despair, and piled into her beat-up Jeep. Tires screeched as we sped away, leaving the church and my old life in the dust. "Why now?" I demanded, tears blurring the passing trees. Emily glanced at me, her knuckles white on the wheel. "Because I couldn't watch you throw it all away. You love me, Sarah. Not him." Her words sliced through me, true and terrifying. Did I? The stolen moments in college dorms, the late-night confessions over cheap wine, they weren't just experiments. They were real, more real than anything with Mark. But admitting that meant betraying everyone, my family, my faith, myself. We drove in silence for miles, the radio droning some pop song about heartbreak that felt like a cruel joke. My phone buzzed incessantly, texts from Mom. "Come back, we can fix this." From Dad. "This isn't you." From Mark. "How long?" Each one twisted the knife deeper. I thought of the years I'd spent suppressing it all, dating boys to fit in, ignoring the way Emily's laugh made my pulse race. She was the one who understood my fears, who held me when anxiety attacks hit during law school finals. But love like ours wasn't supposed to exist in our world, not openly. Society whispered it was a phase, a choice, something to pray away. My parents had donated to those causes, attended rallies against same-sex marriage back when it was still a battle. How could I face them now? The guilt gnawed at me. Was I selfish for feeling this way? Or was denying it the real sin? We pulled into a dingy motel on the outskirts of Albany, the kind with flickering neon signs and questionable stains. Emily paid in cash, her hands shaking as she handed over the key. Inside the room, the air thick with musty regret, she collapsed onto the bed. "I'm sorry," she murmured, but her eyes said otherwise. I paced, my wedding dress now a crumpled reminder of the farce. "Sorry? You just ruined my wedding, my life." She sat up, fire in her gaze. "Your life?" Or the one they scripted for you? You've been miserable, Sarah. I see it every time you fake a smile for Mark. Her words hit like accusations, stirring the storm inside me. She was right, I'd felt trapped going through motions that felt hollow. But freedom came at a cost. Alienation, judgment, the loss of everything familiar. As night fell, I lay beside her, not touching but close enough to feel her warmth. Sleep evaded me, my mind a whirlwind of what-ifs. What if I went back? Apologized, blamed it on nerves? But deep down, I knew the kiss had awakened something irreversible. The price of truth was steep, but so was the cage of lies. The next morning, reality intruded with a knock at the door. It was my sister Lisa, her face streaked with worry. Sarah, please. Mom's hysterical. Dad's talking about disowning you. Emily stiffened beside me, but I let Lisa in. She hugged me fiercely, then pulled back. Is it true? About you and Emily? I nodded, the admission tasting like freedom laced with poison. Lisa sighed. I suspected, but why hide it? 'Cause hiding was safer, I thought. Safer than the stares, the whispers, the potential rejection from clients at the firm. As a lawyer in a conservative town, coming out could tank my career. Lisa urged me to come home to talk it out. They're hurt, but they love you. Emily shook her head. They loved the version of her they created. The tension crackled, two worlds colliding in that cramped room. I had to choose. Return and beg forgiveness, or forge ahead with Emily facing the unknown. My heart ached with the weight of it, betraying my family or betraying myself. Lisa left with a plea, and Emily turned to me. What's it going to be? I didn't know, but the decision loomed like a guillotine, ready to sever ties forever. The drive back to my parents' house felt like marching to my own execution, every mile amplifying the dread coiling in my gut. Emily insisted on coming, her presence a silent challenge to the status quo I'd always upheld. As we pulled into the driveway of the colonial-style home in Rochester, where I'd grown up playing pretend weddings in the backyard, the front door flew open and Mom rushed out, her eyes red-rimmed and accusatory. How could you? She wailed, pulling me into a hug that felt more like a restraint. Dad stood behind her, arms crossed, his silence louder than any shout. Inside, the living room, once a haven of family photos and cozy evenings, now felt like an interrogation chamber. Mark was there too, sitting rigidly on the couch, his engagement ring glinting mockingly on the coffee table. Explain, Dad demanded, his voice steady but laced with disappointment that cut deeper than anger. I sank into the armchair, Emily beside me, her hand brushing mine in secret solidarity. It's not simple, I started, but Mom interrupted. Simple? You humiliated us all. In church, Sarah. Her words unleashed the flood, years of suppressed emotions bubbling up. I thought of the times I'd overheard her gossiping about those people at church, how she'd steered me toward Mark, praising his stability. I love Emily, I confessed, the words hanging heavy. Mark flinched, his face crumpling. Since when? He asked, voice cracking. College, Emily answered for me, defiant. But she chose you to please everyone else. The room exploded. Dad paced, ranting about family values, how this would ruin our reputation in the community. What about the firm? Clients won't stand for this. His words echoed my fears, losing my job, the partnerships I'd fought for. Mom sobbed. We raised you better. This isn't God's plan. Her faith, once a comfort, now a weapon against me. Inside, turmoil raged. Was I defying divine will, or had I been twisting myself to fit a mold that never suited? Emily squeezed my knee under the table, her touch a reminder of the joy we'd shared in hidden moments. Stolen weekends in the city, where we could be ourselves without judgment. But joy came with pain. Mark's betrayal stung, even if our relationship was built on convenience. I thought we were happy, he said, eyes pleading. We were. Comfortable, I admitted, guilt gnawing. Comfortable but not alive. Not like with Emily, whose passion ignited my soul. As arguments flew, Emily stood her ground. Love isn't a choice, Mr. Thompson. It's who we are. Dad scoffed. It's a phase. You'll see. His dismissal fueled my inner rage. How dare he reduce us to a fad? But doubt crept in. What if he was right? Society hammered that narrative, pray it away, marry right, conform. My mind flashed to high school crushes on girls I dismissed as admiration, the unease at sleepovers. Suppressing it had cost me authenticity, but revealing it now cost relationships. Mark left first, muttering about needing space, his departure a quiet wound. Mom followed, retreating to her room with a Bible in hand. Dad lingered, his eyes softening for a moment. Think about what you're doing, Sarah. We can get help. Help? Like conversion therapy horror stories I'd read online? The thought chilled me. Emily and I drove to her apartment in the city, silence thick with unspoken fears. They'll come around, she said, but I wasn't sure. The price of my truth was fracturing my family. Was it worth it? That night, alone in Emily's bed while she showered, my thoughts spiraled. What if I lost them forever? Dad's proud smiles at my graduations, Mom's homemade pies on birthdays, they were my foundation. Choosing Emily meant rebuilding on shaky ground, facing stares at work, whispers from friends. But going back meant suffocating the part of me that loved her fiercely. When she returned wrapped in a towel, her vulnerability mirrored mine. I didn't mean to force this, she whispered. But I couldn't lose you. Her words stirred conflict. Her act was selfish yet born from love. We talked till dawn, dissecting the fallout. Mark deserves better, I conceded. And so do you, she replied. Dawn brought clarity and more pain. A text from Lisa. Mom's not eating. Come talk. Duty pulled me back, but freedom beckoned. I chose to return alone, leaving Emily with a promise. I'll fight for us. But inside, doubt festered. Was fighting worth the wreckage? At home, Mom's frailty hit hard. Why her? She asked, voice breaking. Because she sees me, I said. We argued, tears flowing, unearthing old wounds, her own unfulfilled dreams, sacrifice for family. I wanted better for you, she confessed. Better? Or safer? Dad joined, his anger thawing to concern. Society isn't kind to this. His hesitation spoke volumes. I pushed. But hiding isn't kind to me. The conversation drained us, ending in stalemate. Driving back, exhaustion mingled with resolve. Emily waited, anxious. How'd it go? They're hurting, I said. Like me. We held each other. The embrace of fragile peace amid the storm. But deeper, resentment brewed. Her kiss had accelerated this chaos. Was love enough to justify the pain inflicted? Weeks blurred into a haze of avoidance and confrontation. Each day a battleground for my soul. Work became a minefield. Colleagues whispered behind closed doors. Clients canceled meetings with flimsy excuses. We heard about the wedding, my boss said in a tense one-on-one, his eyes avoiding mine. Personal matters stay personal, but perception matters. Perception, the word haunted me, a reminder that in corporate America, especially in our firm's conservative circles, being openly lesbian could derail my ascent. I nodded, swallowing pride, but inside fury boiled. Why should love dictate my worth? Emily urged me to quit, start fresh, but bills loomed, and independence was my armor. Quitting felt like surrender to prejudice. Home visits grew fraught. Mom's calls oscillated between pleas and accusations. Come to church with us. Pray for guidance. I went once, sitting rigid in the pew as the pastor preached on traditional marriage, his words like barbs. Emily refused to join, calling it hypocrisy. They want to fix you, she snapped over dinner. Her bitterness mirrored my own, but it drove a wedge. They're trying, I defended, torn between loyalty and authenticity. Inner conflict raged. Betray Emily by appeasing them, or alienate family for her. Nights brought nightmares. Mark's hurt face, Dad's disapproval waking me in sweats. Emily soothed me, but her touch now carried guilt. Was this worth the toll? Then came the betrayal that cracked my world further. Scrolling social media, I found posts from old friends, subtle digs, unfollows. Worse, a leaked video of the kiss went viral in local groups. Captioned wedding disaster. Bride's shocking secret. Comments flooded. Disgusting. Poor Mark. Mental illness. Anonymity bred cruelty, each word eroding my resolve. Emily raged. Block them. But I obsessed, reading late into nights, questioning everything. Maybe we shouldn't have. I trailed off. Her eyes widened. Shouldn't have what? Loved. The argument escalated, voices rising in her tiny apartment. You forced this, I accused. I freed us, she countered. Hurt flashed in her eyes and she stormed out, leaving me alone with echoes of regret. Was our love strong enough? Or just a catalyst for destruction? Reconciliation attempts faltered. I met Mark for coffee seeking closure. I never knew, he said, voice hollow. Did you? Honesty compelled. Deep down, yes. His pain was palpable. He'd invested years dreaming of our future. You used me, he whispered. Guilt crushed me. Yes, I'd hidden behind him, avoiding truth. I'm sorry, I offered. But apologies couldn't mend his shattered trust. Leaving, I felt the weight of my choices, hurting him to honor myself. Ethical dilemmas swirled. Was self-discovery justification for collateral damage? Family dinners turned into war zones. Dad cornered me. Emily's influencing you. Cut her off and it'll pass. His words ignited defiance. It's not a phase, Dad. It's me. Mom wept. We could lose you to this. Lose me? Or the illusion? Inner monologue tormented. Their love conditional on conformity? Emily's texts urged strength but isolation gnawed. Friends divided, some supportive, others distant. One Jenna confessed, I admire your courage, but it's hard in this town. Her hesitation mirrored society's undercurrents. Acceptance in theory, judgment in practice. The turning point came at a community event, where whispers followed me like shadows. An elderly neighbor approached. Shame on you disrupting a holy union. Her venom stung, but Emily's absence amplified it. I'd asked her to stay away, fearing escalation. Alone vulnerability peaked. Was hiding her denying us? That night I confronted myself in the mirror, tears streaming. Who are you? The answer crystallized. A woman in love deserving happiness. But happiness demanded sacrifice. Calling Emily, voice trembling. I need you. She came and we talked rawly. I'm scared, I admitted. Me too, she replied. Vulnerability bonded us, but underlying tension simmered. Her impulsiveness versus my caution. As pressures mounted, a job offer arrived. From a progressive firm in NYC, inclusive policies gleaming. Take it, Emily encouraged. But it meant leaving Rochester, family roots. Dad's reaction. Running away? Mom's plea. Stay, fight. Fight what? Their biases? Inner debate intensified. Uproot for freedom or stay and erode? Choosing NYC felt like betrayal, yet staying suffocated. Emily's excitement clashed with my guilt. We'll build our life. Our? Her assumption pricked. Had I fully committed? The decision crystallized in a heated family call. If you go with her, don't come back, Dad warned. Ultimatum sting. Conditional love exposed. Tears choked me. Then I guess I'm gone. Hanging up, heartbreak consumed. Emily held me, but doubt whispered. Was this her victory or mine? The price escalated, severed ties, lost security. For a love tested by fire. Packing boxes in Emily's apartment felt like burying my past. Each item a relic of the life I'd forsaken. The NYC move loomed, a beacon of hope laced with terror. This is our chance, Emily said, taping a box with forced optimism. But her eyes betrayed worry. Our arguments had multiplied, small fissures widening under stress. What if it's too much? I voiced the fear gnawing inside. She paused. Then we fight through it. Her resolve inspired yet irritated. Easy for her. Unburdened by my family's shadow. Inner turmoil peaked. Was I resenting her for the chaos she unleashed? The farewell with family was a gut-wrenching ordeal. Mom clutched me at the door. Please reconsider. Her tears mirrored mine. A lifetime of love clashing with ideology. Dad stood distant. Your choice. No hug, just a nod that severed deeper than words. Lisa whispered support. Call me anytime. Driving away, rearview mirror framing their shrinking figures, grief overwhelmed. They hate me, I sobbed to Emily. They hate what they don't understand, she corrected. But understanding demanded empathy they withheld. Ethical quandary tormented. Forgiving their bigotry or demanding change. The road to NYC stretched like uncertainty, each mile amplifying isolation. In the new city, anonymity offered respite, but adjustment grated. The firm welcomed me, colleagues open-minded, but imposter syndrome struck. Did they know my story? Emily thrived, her art selling in galleries, but our relationship strained. Late nights I'd stare at the ceiling. Did I destroy everything for this? She sensed it. Talk to me. Confessions poured. I missed them. What if I made a mistake? Hurt flashed. Mistake? Us. The fight erupted, accusations flying. You blame me, she yelled. Because you pushed. I retorted. Silence followed, thick with unspoken regrets. Was our love resilient or fragile under pressure? Reconnection attempts faltered. Mom's emails. We pray for you. Dad's silence deafening. A call from Mark. I'm moving on. His healing highlighted my stagnation. Society's weight pressed. News of anti-LGBT bills. Friends sharing horror stories. Paranoia grew. Holding hands in public? Risky. Inner conflict raged. Hide again or defy? Emily pushed visibility. Pride parade. I hesitated, fearing exposure. You're ashamed, she accused. Truth stung. Not ashamed of her, but scarred by fallout. Betrayal struck when Emily confessed. I talked to a reporter about our story. Shock froze me. Why? To inspire others, she said. But privacy violated, trust cracked. You had no right. Rage boiled, her impulsiveness again. I'm trying to help, she pleaded. Help? Or seek validation? The argument peaked. You always decide for us. She left, slamming the door. Alone, despair consumed. Love's cost now included fractured partnership. Days of cold shoulders ensued, each a test. Therapy beckoned. I went alone first. Explore your resentments, the counselor urged. Sessions unearthed depths. Childhood suppression, familial expectations molding me. Forgive yourself, she said. But forgiving Emily? Harder. We reconciled tentatively. I overstepped, she admitted. I doubt too, I shared. Vulnerability mended, but scars lingered. A surprise call from Mom. Can we visit? Hope flickered, but caution warned. Only if you accept us, I stipulated. Their arrival tense. Awkward hugs, stilted talk. Dad's apology. I was wrong. Mom's tears. We love you. Reconciliation's sweetness bittersweet. Years of pain not erased overnight. Yet, as they left, Emily's mood darkened. They'll pull you back. Jealousy? Or fear? Inner debate. Balance family and love? Tensions simmered, culminating in a blowout. Choose, she demanded. I already did. But doubt whispered, had I? The climax hit when a client recognized me from the video. Inspiring story. Praise clashed with invasion. Emily beamed. See? Positive. But I snapped. At what cost? The fight exposed rifts. Her boldness versus my caution. Love's idealism clashing with reality's grind. Exhausted, I questioned. Was this sustainable? The fragile peace shattered one rainy evening in our NYC loft. When Emily's phone buzzed with a message that changed everything. I glanced over, seeing a name, Alex, an old flame from her art school days. Just a friend, she claimed, but her evasion ignited suspicion. Show me, I demanded, heart pounding. She hesitated, and in that pause, trust evaporated. The text revealed flirtations, emotional intimacies shared during our rough patches. It was nothing physical, she insisted, tears streaming. But I was lonely. Lonely? While I battled demons for us. Betrayal's knife twisted deeper than any family rejection. This from the one who'd vowed to fight beside me. Why? I whispered, collapsing onto the couch, world crumbling. Her confession poured. The pressure. Your doubts made me question too. Blame shifted to me? Rage surged. So you seek comfort elsewhere? Inner storm raged, self-doubt amplified. Was I not enough? Had my hesitations driven her away? Ethical mire deepened. Forgive infidelity born from our chaos, or end it, she begged. It was a mistake. I love you. But love now tasted tainted, the foundation cracked by her choices. Nights blurred in anguish, sleep elusive as memories haunted. Our first kiss in college, pure and electric. The wedding disruption, chaotic yet liberating. Now tainted by this. Therapy intensified. Examine patterns, the counselor said. Mine, suppression leading to explosions. Hers, impulsiveness masking insecurity. Can we rebuild? I asked Emily in a raw session. If you forgive, she replied. But forgiveness demanded forgetting pain I couldn't erase. Family weighed in via calls. Mom urged caution. She's hurt you. Dad. Come home. Temptation flickered, return to safety? But that meant regression, denying growth. Confrontation peaked in a tear-soaked argument. You betrayed me. I accused. Like you betrayed Mark, she countered. Low blow, exposing mutual flaws. We're both broken, she sobbed. Vulnerability hit. Our love, forged in fire, now tested by human frailty. Decision loomed. Stay and heal or leave and reclaim self. Inner monologue tormented. The price of staying, endless doubt, leaving heartbreak anew. Reconciliation teetered. We separated temporarily, me crashing with a friend. Solitude forced reflection. Life without her? Empty. But with her? Volatile. Society's voice echoed. Lesbian relationships dramatic, unstable. Defy stereotypes or succumb. A surprise visit from Emily. I ended it with Alex. Therapy for me too. Her effort stirred hope but caution remained. Prove it, I said. Months of work followed. Counseling, boundaries, rebuilding trust. Family visited more, bridges mending slowly. Mom's acceptance grew. As long as you're happy. Dad's gruff nods signaled progress. Yet scars endured. At a gallery show, Emily's art depicted our journey. Abstract swirls of pain and passion. This is us, she said. Pride swelled, mingled with sorrow for the cost. Highs and lows intertwined. Joy in shared mournings, shadows of past betrayals. Awakening dawned. Love isn't perfect. It's chosen daily despite flaws. As stability returned, deeper food for thought emerged. Work flourished in the inclusive environment. Friends rallied. But questions lingered. Had the wedding kiss been heroic or reckless? Emily's affair. Weakness or symptom? Family's evolution. Inspired by love or fear of loss? In the end, standing hand in hand at a quiet park, overlooking the Hudson, I pondered the Odyssey. We'd paid dearly. Broken hearts, severed ties mended imperfectly, careers rerouted. But growth emerged from ashes. Was it all worth it? The ultimate query. In the pursuit of authentic love, is betraying others' expectations ever truly right? Or does it always leave irreparable wounds?